Hi, Dr. Brown here. Today we're going to work on some upper body stretching, okay? So here we go. Let's not waste any time. The first move is going to stretch the side of the neck. I call it a three-point neck stretch because we're actually going to be stretching three different muscles during this stretch. We're going to start on the right. On all of these, we're going to go right to left if they're bilateral, okay? So the neck stretch, standing nice and firm, nice neutral posture, firmly planted into the floor, left arm up and over, reaching to the right side of the head just above the ear on the right side. The first portion of the stretch is just a complete side bend, stretching the side of the neck, okay? So we're feeling that through the side of the neck. And then we're going to release that for a moment, turn to look up and stretch again. So we're getting a little bit more of the front side of the neck on that one, and hold. So we're gazing upward, about 45 degrees or so. And then releasing and looking down and getting more of the back of that side of the neck. Okay, pressing the right hand downward as a counter opposition force. So we're really opening up that side neck. Okay, and then to the other side. Remember, pressing down with that left hand, fingers pressing towards the floor, and a complete side lateral bend on that left side. Release a little bit, gaze upward. Again, so you're getting a little bit more towards the front. Remember, pressing those fingertips towards the floor, releasing, and then looking down and getting more towards the back of the neck there. Three distinct muscles we're working here: the sternocleidomastoid, the upper traps, and the levator scapula. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to move into the overhead quadricep stretch on the right. Raising that right hand up, bend the elbow as if you're attempting to touch the back of that right shoulder. Left hand comes up to the elbow of the right side and pulls that arm towards the head to keep the right elbow pointing straight to the ceiling. And just holding like this. Triceps. And straighten out and release. And bring the left up. Bend that elbow. Right arm comes over, grabs the left elbow, pulls it towards the head, keeping that left arm bent. We're now opening up that left tricep muscle right along the back of the upper arm. And don't forget to breathe. All right. Okay. And now we're going to go to the forearm. So we're going to stay on the upper extremities. We'll do a front forearm stretch for the flexing muscle group. Okay. And that's just as simple as bring the arm down like this, palm facing forward, left hand grabs at the fingertips. So we're actually stretching both fingers and wrist and forearm in this stretch. So we're sort of getting three things at one time and holding. And then just switch to the other side. Okay. Now we're going to do what I call an overhead lat and side stretch. Lat and chest stretch here. So it's just really reaching straight up like this, clasping the hands, fingers together, and pressing the knuckles towards the ceiling. You're going to feel a real opening on the lats here. And if you lead with your sternum a little bit upward, you'll also be a nice heart and chest opener that you're performing here. So you're pressing up, your elbows are really straight, you're sort of squeezing your ears with your biceps, and you're keeping your chest open. So you're stretching your lats and your chest here. And hold. Maybe even a slight gaze upward to open the neck, the front neck area. Excellent. All right. And now chest stretch against the wall. So you'll want a wall close, which usually is, and I'm going to use this wall right here. And starting on the right side, I'm going to place my hand on the wall. It can be a door frame, it can be a pole, it can be any stationary object, and just turning away from that hand, opening up this chest on this side. So you're turning away from the arm that's behind you and opening up this whole area, anterior deltoid, pec major and minor, all across there. Even the bicep is getting a nice stretch here. And then to the other side. I'll grab the same wall so you can sort of see it from a slightly different perspective. Like that. And you're basically, I'm just turning my body away from that arm, and you'll feel an opening there. It's pretty intuitive. You're opening the chest and the shoulder on that side. Excellent. We'll come out of that. And now we're going to go into what I call an arm crossover rhomboid stretch. So the rhomboids are the muscles between the shoulder blades. When one rounds their shoulders forward, the shoulder blades are actually winging out. And when we put our chest out, the shoulder blades come together. And the rhomboid muscles are the ones that are doing that action, bringing it together and allowing it to, relaxing and allowing it to go out. So we're going to stretch that muscle by bringing the right arm. So we're going to do the right rhomboid across like this, grabbing that arm above the elbow with the left forearm, left elbow bent, and just bringing that arm across the front of my body like this. And I'm stretching that rhomboid on the right side and the back of the shoulder as well. So before we stretch the front of the shoulder, now we're getting some back shoulder and some upper back muscle stretch there, and then to the other side. Okay, now we're just going to do some simple, basic rotation, spine rotation move. So I'm going to take my left, so I'm going to rotate to the left, taking my left arm behind my back here and actually sort of hooking it on that right hip, taking the right arm and grabbing the left hip. And these are to help support the pelvis from moving as a nice firm foundation for your spine to then twist up on. And again, to incorporate the full spine, you'll want to look behind you and incorporate that neck as well. And I'm getting a nice rotation to the left, and then reversing it and getting that rotation with a stable pelvis to the right. Really looking behind me, incorporating the entire spine into this. And staying tall, always staying tall and decompressed and elongated through the body. Great for the posture. Okay, and we're going to finish up with side bend. So staying right where you are. Right arm comes up, and the left hand just slides down to touch the knee. And a slight look upward again. And you're totally lateral. So this is a total side bend. You don't want any extension or flexion or rotation. Almost imagine there's a pane of glass in front of you and one behind you, about a quarter inch away from you. You don't want to touch it, smudge it, or crack it at all. So you have to go straight to the side for that to happen. Throw that right hip to the side, left hip. Imagine your left hip coming over that right ankle. And switch sides. Boom. Feet are firmly planted into the mat. And hold. All right, fantastic. So that concludes our upper body stretch session today. Thank you very much.